get to know me while I cook with you guys. My name is pronounced Saya. I am 100% Persian. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I moved to Orange County, California when I was 17. I always knew that I wanted to move, so graduating high school and going off to college seemed like the right move for me. I just was never one of those girls that wanted to stay in my hometown. Not that there's anything wrong with that. When I was 18 years old, I received a phone call while I was on a trip with my mom that my dad had tragically passed away. He was the target in a robbery and suffered multiple wounds and unfortunately didn't make it. I was never really quite the same after that. I struggled heavily for the rest of my college career. I was honestly in school to do the typical Persian route. I wanted to be some kind of doctor, dentist, something like that. I don't want to blame my dad's passing on why I didn't, but I ultimately went a different route. I'm also an only child, so my mom and I really relied heavily on each other after this, and we grew even closer. I changed my major to business and ended up going into banking for quite a few years. Two of the institutions that I was at was JP Morgan and Bank of America. I actually obtained all of my licenses to become a financial advisor. I absolutely hated corporate life. To rewind a little bit, I actually ended up reconnecting with my now husband the year that my dad had passed away. We had known each other since we were kids. I can do a story time on that later. We honestly became best friends and started dating a year after. I really like to think that my dad sent him to me. He still lived in Houston. He was finishing up law school. We dated for about 6 or 7 years, actually, before we got engaged. Parsa, my husband, pulled off the most epic proposal in Ravello right off of the coast of Italy. It felt like it was literally straight out of a movie, and I would have to say, second to our wedding, it was the best day of my life. I am a husband's girl through and through. He is one of my favorite people and my best friend. After we got engaged, we started wedding planning. We planned to have our wedding in Orange County, California, overlooking the water. We picked a venue that actually my mom showed to us before we even picked it, and we absolutely fell in love. She helped me pick my dress, everything like that. Unfortunately, about 4.5 months before our wedding, my mom suddenly passed. Nothing in my life has been harder than that thus far. I am still recovering. I was in a severe state